Yeah, I think this will be one of our toughest road weekends. Villanova is playing really well. They're undefeated. They've upset some teams that obviously were ranked in front of them. And then St. John's, was, I think, the third best team on paper coming into the conference season and has struggled some. But I always know St. John's plays really well against us, particularly at home. So we're going to have two really tough matches. So we're going to need to be ready to go.
You would really emphasize going into Big East play, avoiding early holes. It seemed like since then you guys have really just attacked in conference play. And just what have you seen in terms of developing that as a strength for this squad overall?
Yeah, I mean, the quick start has been a priority. I actually didn't think it was great against Butler. I thought we were a little timid behind the line. We'd missed a ton of serves against Marquette, and I'd leaned into that. So, as a coach, you see sometimes you harp on something, so then they pull back a little bit, and we've got to find that balance of still being aggressive but being able to get into some rhythm. So, I expect Villanova is going to come out punching. They're very confident right now, and so one of the things that we'll talk about is being able to kind of grind through those punches. I think it'll be a battle, and a quick start definitely will be important.
You have another Friday-Saturday road trip. You have a couple of those left in the year.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of challenge does that present? And I guess, do you guys do anything differently to prepare, conditioning-wise or anything else for those?
I think the challenge sometimes is sleep. So, you get done with that Friday match, and we're going to have a longer road trip than we sometimes have. It'll be about 3 hours. Hopefully no New York traffic will be going on at that late of an hour. So they get to bed late, we're really big on trying to have a consistent sleep schedule. So we'll have them sleep in. We atypically, I think most teams go to the gym on a Saturday morning if they have back-to-back. We actually don't. We usually do a team yoga or a team stretch instead, and then lean into scout. I think that rest is important, and then go into our pass and serve. So we'll stay in our consistent rhythm of what we normally do for those Friday, Saturday matches. But you just hope that there's no travel hiccups, and but that's part of being an athlete. You got to be able to pivot if things don't go perfectly.
Got to get you at the garden instead of have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Coach, I know sometimes when you're in New York, you guys try to see the city and do
Yep.
some stuff. Do you have anything in mind this weekend?
Yeah, so we're hitting fall break next week. Creighton's one of the few schools that gets a whole week off, like a spring break. So we're going to stay in New York City on Sunday and see Hamilton. We have actually, one of our players' actually grandparents is going to do that for us, which is an amazing contribution to all go see the Broadway play Hamilton. And we played Hamilton the music some in practice, and some have never heard any of it, and some of them are singing every lyric to the song. So it'll be fun.
Do you have a favorite Hamilton song? Well, that's the John Walker.
Yeah, I have seen Hamilton once, but I don't know the music in and out. I need to do some studying on the music.
Not giving away my shot. Probably good for volleyball.
Yeah.
The first RPI came out, you're in the top 10. Your thoughts on that? And with the league being fifth in the country, does that speak to how it's really continued to improve?
Yeah, obviously we look at RPI. That's what we lock into more than the polls. But I think, the good thing is we've set ourselves up, if we can play clean, to put ourselves in opportunities to host. And there's our league is all over the map. We've got, those lots of teams in the top 100, and then we have some teams that are, in that 200 plus range. And the thing is, the great thing about volleyball, which I think is similar to men's basketball, is that every team at the Division I level is good now. I mean, there's so much parity in our sport that you have to show up every single night. And I don't think it was the case, that way 10 to 15 years ago. It tells, again, I live in a state of panic. I've said that all the time, but we're going to play some very good teams night in and night out in the Big East.
Anything else?
Kind of a broad question, but I mean, rankings and all that, all your favorite things that you guys really love to harp on. They say that you're at the highest level that you guys have ever been, ranked number 6. do you feel a certain level ahead of where you've been maybe in previous years, actually inside the gym right now?
Yeah, it's a good question. I've never been good at comparing. So I think we're playing at a high level of volleyball. I think the things that we do when we're playing well, we do the ugly well. And what I mean by that is, we'll make the scramble plays and continue and get swings out of them. We talk about we want to be the best out of system team in the country. So there are some things that we're doing well, but I think just as much we're spending so much time talking about where we can get better. So, whether we're ahead of other teams, I don't know the answer to that. I do know that they're a driven group that is not satisfied and have come in and wanted to get better every day in the gym, which as a coach, that's really the main thing that you can ask for.
I got one other question. Coach, you've done the pink out for years, but this year you got the jersey option component.
Yeah.
That closes this weekend. Why is it important for your program to try to give back and raise funds and awareness for things like that?
Yeah. Gosh, I don't know if there's anyone that has not been affected by cancer at a minimum, but probably even breast cancer. And sadly, it's on the rise. I mean, I was just reading an article in the last week or so that breast cancer is up. Now, the good thing is people are catching it earlier and we're being able to, women are living through breast cancer, which is such a blessing. But, we need awareness. We need to raise money. We need to beat cancer in general. And then we need women to get mammograms. And, obviously we're a female sport, and I think these are important things for our players to understand. And then I also think, it's a good perspective moment for our team and, our players to realize that we're pretty lucky to be playing a game that we love. And it's a great way to give back and hopefully do some good in addition to playing some volleyball.